Hello viewers, welcome back to the channel. Now to do another ranking this time. Since you guys saw my ranking for the first 3 episodes of SpongeBob SquarePants, we're gonna do a ranking for these extreme sports episodes of SpongeBob SquarePants. What are they? Well, I'll tell you. They're called 1. Prehibernation Week, 2. Life in a Day, 3. Extreme Spots, 4. Squirrel Record, and number 5 is Sportz with a Z and a question mark at the end. So this is my ranking. Now everyone, why did you review yet Extreme Spots and Squirrel Record? Well, check out the 30th subscriber celebration video. I reviewed Extreme Spots, Squirrel Record, Patrick Man, and Gary's new toy in that video. So if you want to know more about my thoughts on those episodes, go watch that video. Anyways, let's get started. In last place, unfortunately, has to be Squirrel Record. To me, I don't think this episode is great. Originally I thought Life in a Day would be the weakest, but for actually thinking it out, I think this is probably the weakest one, the 4th one. Not saying this one is a bad episode. I'm just saying that it's the weakest in the 5 episodes. Okay, they're not really like, say, sequels. They're just episodes that are just standalone, but they follow a topic that is called extreme sports. So the reason why it's in last place is because this episode feels similar to another episode which is actually on this list screenshot. And also this episode is kind of boring because unlike that other episode, it has more on cool stuff. This one is it's still decently told, but yeah, I just didn't enjoy this one as much as the other episode. Coming number 4 is A Life in a Day. So this is one of Larry's biggest roles in SpongeBob. I never told you guys that before in that episode review I did. Yeah, so I'm here to tell you now. This is actually one of Larry's biggest roles in SpongeBob. And this episode is surprisingly decent. Not particularly great, not particularly bad, just okay, and you can pretty much rewatch this episode, but yeah, don't expect this one to be one of the greatest golden episodes from the newer seasons. The top 3, these are the ones that I actually love. 4 and 5 and 4 are pretty much the only ones that I find okay. 3 to 1 are the ones that I absolutely love. The top 3 is Sportz from season 10. Now, what I find weird about this episode is the fact that it actually tells us that SpongeBob and Patrick never knew what sports are. No, not kidding. They don't even know what a soccer ball is, or a golf club, bowling ball, or even a baseball or anything. They just don't know anything about sports. They just say it's like everything that they do in everyday life. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Anyways, this episode still manages to be good, and you don't root for Squidward. You pretty much say that he's the bad guy. Well, this is actually an episode that treats Squidward as a bad guy done right. In the other episodes in season 6, like Giant Squidward, they treat Squidward as a bad guy, but he doesn't do anything to deserve his punishment. But here, he does something to deserve his punishment. He just tortures SpongeBob and Patrick because, well, I would take back all the times that they annoyed him. And you don't root for this guy. He's the antagonist of this episode, and is treating SpongeBob and Patrick like crap. Yeah. So when he gets comeuppance thanks to Sandy, you kind of feel that you're like, yes, Squidward deserves this torture because he pretty much treats SpongeBob badly in this episode. And also this episode also manages to be funny too. There's some really nice one-liners. There's some really interesting ideas for the sports. The reason why I include this one on the list is because I do count this extreme sports episode because Squidward is pretty much as doing, like, say, making fun of Patrick do extreme sports, so it kind of counts as extreme sports. So let's move on. Number 2, I gotta give it to Extreme Spots. Now, why is it called Extreme Spots when it actually is an extreme sports episode ranking? Well, the extreme spots just like play on like, say, the title that Patrick pretty much thinks what the British guy is actually telling them that he said extreme spots, but Patrick thinks it's extreme spots. So that's why it's called Extreme Spots, because the British guy told Spongebob Patrick that they're doing extreme sports, but Patrick thought that he's saying extreme spots, but actually it's extreme sports. So this episode's surprisingly decent. I like Spongebob Patrick in this episode. You can pretty much root for these guys, and the names for the extreme sports characters are pretty much funny too. Drasticals, and also nice that Johnny Knoxville does a great job of Johnny Krill, and the British guy is hilarious too. But I find something really special about this episode. Not particularly, but still not some episode that you should appreciate more. And number 1 is Prehibernation Week. Obviously, the first episode that focuses on extreme sports is the best. So the reason why I really like this episode is not just because of the Spongebob and Sandy interacting, is because I like their whole say what they're doing, and I do kind of root for SpongeBob because Sandy's pretty much treating him insane in this episode. She pretty much brings him to the industrial park. They pretty much find the hair and a needle, which is pretty much in a pile of needles, which is surprisingly bad. And yeah, you pretty much want SpongeBob to get out of pretty much hide from Sandy because Sandy's pretty much treating SpongeBob not really saying badly, just saying that she doesn't know that SpongeBob's pretty much in pain. And yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on Prehibernation Week. A great episode, and when I meant by Squirrel Record being kind of like a ripoff of one of the episodes on this list, this is that episode. So it's extreme spots. Anyways, thanks for watching this ranking. And next time we're gonna do the ranking for the Mermaid and Barnacle Boy episodes after we review some 2 other episodes of SpongeBob. Then we can go to the marathon of Mermaid and Barnacle Boy. So say evil. Bye bye, guys.